Clack, Debbie G. Hey everybody, I know you know us, but we want to introduce you to a very good friend of ours that has an awesome show that's going to be a part of.
We're going to be on her show. We're going to put the Plow Zone on her show, on spirituality.
We got to write some of this down, dude.
It is right there.
No.
You don't know your name?
Shut up.
Okay.
I didn't know what happened.
I know.
Okay. Hey everybody, we want to introduce you to a good friend of ours that has an awesome show, man. Debbie G, Cup of Grata, Spirituality Gone Wild. And what's that consist of, Scott?
It consists of a shot of expression and 2 squirts of reality.
Woo.
I'm really interested in this.
Wow, yeah,
now.
that's...
And I think we were.
You're lucky to get past one shot in reality.
One shot in reality. That's usually how it works.
That's your quota.
One shot in reality, and you can spark that G vibe too. You know.
That's a whole nother ball game right there.
That's Debbie G. Now she has a great show. It's called Cup of Grata, and it is a great show. She brings on guests. She brings in mediums. She brings together influencers, unfiltered, raw, organic discussions through celestial medias. Just like
mediums.
She brings in
media. Celestial media?
She brings in
so
mediums.
E.T.'s got his own little media group now. Double agents.
But no, Debbie G, she has a great show where we're encouraging you guys to check it out. The Plow Zone, it's part of the Plow Zone family. You know it is. That's why we have her.
That's right.
Here.
We met her
Debbie
down in Nam.
Yes, Debbie
met her
Garcia.
down in Nam. We just clipped because her battery was dead on her phone. Mine was dead on my phone.
And you guys started talking after
that?
Yeah,
we fought over the same outlet, and then we started talking.
That's right. Because she's going to spark your G vibe.
She did, yeah.
Spark the G
vibe.
That
socket. She was sparking the G vibe.
Check out her show, Cup of Grata. The Plow Zone Radio Show is going to be on there very soon.
All right, take 3. Hey, Debbie G has Cup of Grata. It's Spirituality Gone Wild. It's a shot of expression and 2 shots of reality. She brings together influencers, unfiltered, raw, organic discussions through celestial mediums.
And she has mediums. She has mediums on the show.
Yeah. And now she's part of us with media.
That's right. Yeah. And we're going to do a little shout out to her because we love her, and we thank you for inviting us on your show. You're going to be on our show. You're going to come into the studio, and we'll bring you on.
Get a hold of Spirituality Gone Wild and spark that G vibe.
Cup of Grata with Debbie G.
That was a good one. I'm so
I'm Debbie G. That would be me. Welcome. Good morning to Spirituality Gone Wild, Love Coach Academy, and all the other networks that we are live on right now. There's a ton. That was Scott Reese and Scott Plowman, the Plow Zone Gone Wild. I'm sure that you guys have seen them and their show. Last Wednesday, we had the infamous Bobby Brown. It was absolutely amazing. Today's topic, let's just jump right into it, is going to be why others' opinions of you don't matter. And to help us unpack this, I have the amazing Radiance, our beautiful Radiance Tyler. She's here from Love Coach Academy and Lighthouse Effects, and of course, the wonderful Peter Melton. Good morning.
Dun-da-da. Hi,
Da-ta-ta.
Felt like I should add something there.
Bada boom.
Ooh, those are all beautiful. Look at that.
Bada bing, bada boom. Welcome to the show this morning, you guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. My first time on the show. I'm pretty excited.
Pretty excited about that. Well, I mean, you're
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. Okay, back to the show.
See, now, if we cared about what other people thought, we would have missed out on that silliness. And
oh my God,
epic!
That was epic. Seriously, yeah, that was truly epic.
Yes,
I love that, and that's right. If this is so true, if we cared about what other people thought, then we definitely would not be doing that. I would not be doing that. If I cared about what other people thought, I wouldn't even be on here right now. But how did I even get to a space in my life where other people's opinions of me truly just don't matter? I know what that process looked like for me, but before that we get into that, I just want to just give Radiance 1 second to tell us who you are real quick, because you just started a show that is just rock solid badass with Lighthouse Effects.
Sure, thank you. I have a show called True EQ, and we interview musicians who are bringing emotional health and emotional literacy to their audiences. So we do that through art and through music, and using music as a way to engage in deeper discussions, so people have choices beyond, into health. Let's put it that way, into emotional health, giving choices towards emotional health.
I love that. And emotional health is a thing, you guys. It's really a thing. And we're going to get talking about that because it's an important thing. I got to get your GQ on, your gratitude intelligence, Oh, if GQ wasn't taken, I'd so take that. Isn't that just cute?
Take
GQ.
Take it.
I'm the GQ
Yeah.
person at Love Coach Academy. Spark the G vibe, by the way, just in case anybody's curious and they were watching that video, is your gratitude vibration.
Yep.
Gratitude vibration. It's frequency, baby.
Yep.
Peter Milton, how are you, darling? And where did we found this one? We found this one on the road somewhere. Just thought we'd bring him on in.
Almost roadkill, but revitalized by the G vibe.
Whoa!
It is alive.
I like that hair flip. That was awesome.
Can you see that? Oh, if I have my hat on, you can't hardly even see my hair flip. All right.
Brilliant.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Here I am, crazy wild adventure over the river and through the woods, and crossed paths with Debbie recently through a combination of Love Coach stuff and Saturday Night Alive and World Unity Week. And I've had my eye on the spirituality gone wild for a while now, just thinking, let's see how wild these people are and whether or not I want to come cause some trouble on this playground. And I guess I decided I wanted to come cause some trouble in this playground. So here I are.
Well, I'm loving that you did that. But what's your playground? Because you actually have so he's got a playground. We get to play in his sandbox too, which is really great.
Yes. And I don't own any cats, so you don't have to worry about that in my sandbox.
Yeah, no cat duty.
Yeah, what is my playground? So I'm one of the kind of weird that I am is very scattered in a good way. The multifaceted. I love to write spirited children's fables for children of all ages. I'm had 26-year quest to launch an addition to the old two-finger peace sign that I call the Unity sign. I host Oktoberfest parties. I have developed an insane idea about golf, that you should play golf without a ball, because clearly the ball is the problem with golf. And
that's it. I could have told you that. I tried that shit one time. Oh my God. Remove the ball, you got it made.
You identified it.
Yes.
It's a beautiful walk. It was pretty funny. My mom retired, and she said, "Peter, teach me how to golf." I said, "Sure, as long as you don't get all mad like Dad does." She said, "Okay." And of course, before you start, it's easy to say okay. But then you start playing, and then you get all judgmental on yourself, because us silly humanoids like to be all judgmental on ourselves. And then she says, "Peter, I'm starting to get mad. And what do I do?" I'm like, "I don't know." She said, "Well, you better figure it out." And so I said, "Well, okay. What's the problem with golf? The ball doesn't go where you want it to go." So clearly the problem is with the ball. So I dared to play a hole of golf without a ball. And I'm like, hey, this is fun, right?
I'm just curious, like, how did that work for you?
How did it?
Did you get a hole in one there, Peter?
I think he won.
He got a hole in one. You got a hole in one, didn't you?
Well, I learned that the hole is one, and the hole as one, right? That we're all one. That it's all one.
There we go.
Here comes the spirituality that I was gearing you up for, because my grandest playground is this remembering that clearly we're one thing happening. And we've tricked ourselves into thinking that we're many zillion things happening for the thrill of the journey of forgetting and remembering and remembering and forgetting. And that's the grandest of playgrounds, that all my other playgrounds are facets of.
Okay, I'm loving that. I love that. Yep, singularity and the no ball.
Yeah. So the first time I went to go play, I went to go play. I'm like, I'm just going to do this, and go for it. That's all you. We're all one. We're all one. We're all one comedian trying to get a laugh in the grand comedy show of life. And so I went to go play, and I'm like, got the last tee time I could get at this course down in Southern California, Laguna Beach, beautiful Ben Brown's golf course, if any of you know it. Anywho, this group goes off in front of me, but they see they're three and I'm only one, and they go, "Well, do you want to go ahead of us?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to go ahead of you." I wasn't smart enough to think that I could just play regular for a few holes and get lost in the course somewhere and then try it. I really had to have the full experience of teeing off on the first tee where other people could see me tee off without the ball. Anyhow.
And I'm just, you did you tell them that it was a hole in one and they missed it?
No. So I did not. So as part of this golf training, what I call be the ball training, is that you do everything the same. You put the tee in the ground, you practice, you line up, you swing, and you imagine where the ball goes. And then you put your club in the bag and you walk and you go find it. All right. And boom, there it is. Set the bag down. I got a nice little approach shot in. Shoot. Hey, it's up on the green. I'm charging forth, and this is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, right? And birds are chirping, and the grass is beautiful, and I haven't had a single thought about whether I'm doing good or bad or indifferent, and I'm just tripping out on myself. I get up on the green, you mark your ball, and you repair the little divot as if invisible balls made divots on the green, and you pull the pin out. Well, you should pull the pin out. And go putt, and cling, cling, cling. It went in the hole. I make birdie. I write down my 3. I charge off to the next hole.
Dude made birdie.
Thank you. And you wave to the crowd, and you just realize how much crazy judgment you have in your golf game. And of course, this is all a metaphor for life. I don't know if you guys play golf, but anyone who does, who is an inquiring mind, comes to realize that golf is life. You do the best you can. You go to where that ended up, and you try again. And then you judge the flip out of yourself. And
sometimes you're in that sand pit forever. Unless you have an invisible ball, and then you can travel wherever you want to.
Or you could hit it in the sand pit again and laugh about it, because golf, the GOLF equals the game of the Great Outdoor Laughing Festival.
I'm in.
Yes.
I'm in.
Anybody can play.
We can make sand angels, Peter.
Pardon?
Go make sand angels.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so I did this. Can I tell you? Okay, y'all want a story now? Thank you, Peter. I'm going to talk about.
I think we need a round of applause for Peter.
Yes.
Woo! Oh, golf.
I wave to the crowd. Another brilliant shot. Thank you.
Be the ball training, Peter style, rock and roll. So, all right. So I'm going to tell you my golf story. I have a couple. Okay. Well, so my ex was like a major golfer. That was like his thing. And me, I have no sport anything inside of me. I grew up in theater, for God's sake. I remember I tried to hit that ball once. I'm loving your idea, be the ball training, because that will work for me. So back in the day when I had an advertising publication, I was a glorified PR person at the chamber, which is simply ambassador, right? So we had this big golf tournament event at Red Hill Country Club up in Upland, right?
Yeah.
I get assigned to like the 12th hole, and my job is to sit here and watch this hole for in case somebody like makes a hole in one and the mayor's playing and all these people are playing. Now, anyone that knows me knows that that's probably me getting bored is most likely going to happen. And I did. And so there's this sand pit. Now, remember, I know nothing about golf, guys. I don't know shit. So I'm looking at the sand pit, and the first thing in my mind is, oh, that's pretty sand. It is soft. And that's like soft sand. So another ambassador, he comes to sit next to me, and we're talking. And I said, hey, I'm going to go make sand angels because, like, we need to liven this shit up. So we had to do something. And he goes, you can't do that. I said, oh, yes, I can. And he said, oh, no, you're not supposed to do that. And I said, I don't care. Who the hell's watching? I actually did this. I go in and I'm making my sand angels.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right in the sand pit. And
beautiful.
As I'm doing this, I shit you not, there comes the mayor up with, and they're all seeing me in the, you're not supposed to be in the pit.
And they get in the sand trap with you and start doing it with you?
Well, that would have been my dream, but no, that didn't happen.
Making angels in the sand trap with the mayor. That's on the bucket list.
It was, but no, he didn't join me, and they didn't even actually find it to be all that funny. You see, these golfers take that shit so seriously that, oh my God. And then they wanted me to. They're like, well, the dude that's sitting next to me, he's like, you've got to go rake that. Now I said, no, I don't.
It's merely a request. It's not a law.
Don't. And I'm not gonna. And I said, why would I destroy my perfect creation of sand art?
This is a Zen garden, don't you know?
Hello, right?
Oh my God.
Some people.
I'm telling you. And so you know what he did? He went and because I'm refusing to rake it. And he's like, I'm not going to rake that. It's perfect. But he destroyed my artwork. That's what happened. He destroyed it. He mutilated it and explained to me as he's mutilating my beautiful creation that you can't do this because if they're ball stuck, now you've got grooves in here and they're all because they didn't know anything about ballless golf. So.
Or just the thrill of finding yourself in a sand trap that someone had made a sand angel and just move your ball a few inches if you need a more proper lie, young man, and enjoy the angel.
Right. And I tell you what, Radiance, any golf stories?
Yeah. Miniature golf? You must have silly miniature golf stories from some date in high school or something.
Oh, so many awesome miniature golf stories. Yes, but no, the reason why I quit golf was because I almost knocked myself out with like a 5-iron or whatever they're called, the big one. My arm wasn't quite strong enough yet, and I went dunk right.
Oh my God!
You bumped yourself on the head.
I'm sorry.
So that was like my cue to not pursue golf. I could have been, an expert level, but that was my cue to not pursue it.
There you go. And you know how to follow your cues.
Yes, that's right.
He can. She knows to follow her gut instinct, and she's smart with that.
Yes.
I love that you did that. But this really all kind of ties into why other people's opinions of you should not matter. Why? For this reason exactly. Being yourself is the biggest freedom that you could ever have in life. And learning to appreciate who you are and allow your expression to just roll free, regardless of what the judgment of others might be, is freedom. And it's a joy. And it is living in your bliss. It's living in your joy. And I remember I read Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements. And when I read that, and it's not personal, kind of sunk into like, wow. And the fact that other people's opinions also are a reflection of what? Oh, their own internal belief systems and perspectives. And like they only have their lens to look through, and their lens may not be exactly who you truly are or the judgment of you that you feel that you are. So why should it matter to you anymore? Really, being authentic to yourself is where it all starts. I hear people talk vulnerability, authenticity, blah, blah, blah all the time, but it starts right here with you. Not whether or not the other person's but me, nobody else. So this is why I think it's so important for us to really, let's just unpack. Why is it so important to just be your authentic self? I think it's important because, well, Peter, if you weren't being your authentic self, you wouldn't have just had us rolling about golf of one of the things I swear to you, honestly, like gives me brain pain to think about. And now I'm laughing at it because you were authentically yourself. And Radiance, I got to agree with Scott Katamas, and good morning. He loves your laugh. Why? Because she's authentically herself. I love this. Being authentically you is the most beautiful thing you could be. So how do you show up in this world is really the biggest question. Peter, I see you're just biting at the bit right here. And I also see Jay Mayer in the house. I'm going to bring him on up. Good morning, Jay.
Hello, Mr. Jay. That's 3 days in a row for me and you, Jay. I think we got to stop. We're 3 out of 4. Or 2 out of 3. That's the Meatloaf song I like. There's another thing that you can express your individuality with is this music that you like. But
that's beautiful. Okay, let's roll with that. That's a good one. But before we roll with that real quick, and then Jay can be the first one to answer. Jay, how's it going this morning?
Oh, great. Just shaking the cobwebs out. My eyes and my ears.
Me and Jay have the bluer than blue theme going on here, and you girls failed to get the memo. It's Blue Day. Today's Blue Day, and then it's White Day, and then it's Red Day. It's the patriotic triumphant.
Oh, yes. Well, I apologize.
Yeah, I'm a variance of the blue, a little bit of red added to make me a purple. So I'm kind of combining days here.
And I do have the red.
She did. So, and which also comes from the blue hue. So we win actually. Yes. We are great. Yeah.
Well, you're being all spiritual with your purple, so go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to thank the audience though really quickly because
there's an audience?
Yeah. We have a little bit, we have a few people here.
Okay.
Hello, audience. Sina, I love you. She's so cute. She's not a fan of golf, but she's liking this. And just hello to everybody. I love you guys so much. Okay, favorite songs, favorite music. All right, this also tells us a lot about people. If you can talk, let's talk about our favorite bands. But we're going to go with Jay first. Jay, what's your favorite band, or one of them?
Well, two of my music projects. I'm a professional keyboard player. Was big band Beatles. We did swing and Latin jazz Beatles, and the other group was called Swing 60s. So I guess I'm kind of a retro. I like retro music.
Retro.
It's starting to get kind of old. It's into the 60s too much these days. Come on, please, the new Beatles. Somebody new.
Well, but you can't really recreate Beatles. I mean, Beatles are the Beatles. It's like, yeah, that's just like, that's part of American history, or it's, world music history, I should say. They're from the UK, for God's sake. But I mean, I gotta say the Beatles are a good pick. I love that.
We're not. It's not a cover band. It's a swing Latin interpretation. So it's I don't want to be a Beatle. It's not like that kind of a impersonation kind of thing. But it's a musical tribute.
That's beautiful.
Actually, we're cut completely new territory. Big band style. Like a kind of Sinatra swinging. It's been a hard day's night, and kind of like
oh my God, that sounds so much. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, but I could never get along with anyone long enough to keep the band together. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jay. That was so.
But I love you. You want to join a band?
Sure, we can. We got
That's
a band
what we're doing today.
We got a band.
We got the band together right now.
Oh my God! Right? Okay, so, Radiance, darling.
Yes.
What's your favorite?
Okay, I have 3 honorable mentions. My very favorite is Journey, all time. Yeah, hit it up when I was like 9. Discovered it with those huge, massive headphones. Remember those? You were a kid. Yeah, like you had the whole stereo system in here.
I had those.
So I heard those harmonies and I was like, who is this? And then I saw Steve Perry. I'm like, I will marry that man. So I married a guy with long hair who sings, whose name is Steve. So that covered that. And then
Wait, take a moment, take a bow. You did good on that.
Even as
Excellent.
a child. And then honorable mentions, favorite song would be Jerry Rafferty. They're building out there. Jerry Rafferty, Baker Street.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then all of Stax Records for, creating soul music and how we came to know soul music today. So that whole channel, Stax. Yeah.
God, that rocks. Oh,
Yeah.
that's seriously sexy sweet. I love that. Jerry Rafferty, I haven't even thought about him in a bit. We need to get him on for an interview. That would be killer. Right? No, wait, is he still alive?
I don't know that he's alive anymore.
Then it would be even more killer. Come on, if we're going to get wild with spirituality, we might need to go beyond the veil or something.
Well, we do that anyway. We do have mediums. So do we have we can have the
I gotta
mediums
check
on it?
this out because I'm gonna feel terrible if he's actually alive. So Jerry,
sorry, we don't know if you're dead or alive, but we love your music.
I'm going to check it out, and I will be right back because I'm going on to Wiki and checking that.
Okay, you check that. Okay, Peter. I know what's coming because I heard a snippet.
Well, that's just a snippet. I was raised on country music, so I got a whole bunch of classic country as the foundation. And then I liked the weird stuff, and I got into Dr. Demento and Weird Al Yankovic and all the weirdest songs. And we could bring Dr. Demento on now. That would be a fun show.
Dude, Dr. Demento, KBT, Tweedly. Oh my God, yeah, right? Total freaking Dr. Demento.
And then I got into I just loved the Muppet movie. And I loved I worked at a radio station and I had an hour off on Sunday mornings and I'd sit in the studio and rehearse singing all the Muppet movie songs.
Songs about rainbows.
Songs about rainbows and what's on the other side. Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. Okay. So then
the guitar at the edge of the canoe.
Oh, so beautiful.
Alligator. Yeah.
It was freaking precious. Oh my God. Speaking of rainbows, Candace is in the green room. We're going to bring Candace into the studio. We've got our Candace in the house. Welcome,
Hey,
Candace.
I just met that chick yesterday. What's happening?
Hey, you guys are amazing. I've been just backstage jamming out and wow. Yes, and more, please. I've been struggling with a lot of darkness, and so just to land here with all of you and this high vibe tribe, it's like whoa. Great Muppets interpretation. Children's music is my jam. But right now, there are two artists that I'm they're helping me with what I'm going through, and it would be Tribe Called Red and Emily Autumn. A Tribe Called Red is Native American, hard, pounding, earth pounding, emotional, raw. And Emily Autumn is a self-announced schizophrenic who does steampunk, burlesque, gothic, really raw, and she plays the violin and the piano. Just amazing human. Yeah.
Check that out. Okay, so I'm loving that, girl. Because it's people I've never heard of before. Now we need to know who they are because that's very cool. Of course, I haven't heard of who they are yet, but now I do know who they are. This sounds pretty rad. I mean, I'm imagining her music's probably, do you just feel into the power behind some of the stuff she's singing because she's really letting her emotions come out through that?
Yes, she sings very raw about mental illness, medication. She has a song called Girls, Girls, Girls about not going out at night if you're too pretty and not being emotional. Really, really deep, dark stuff. I was scared of this when I was first introduced. And now it's a really powerful healing tool for when I'm confronting scary parts of myself. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Totally.
And she's sexy. So fucking hot. Gosh,
well, that's always, you guys, so everybody listening, and she's hot. So there you go. Right? So I'm going to share my music happiness comes from the rock and roll era. Well, actually, I started playing guitar when I was 5. So 5 or 6. And maybe even 7. Who knows? It was a long time ago. I am 52 now. But I started with James Taylor and, Carole King, old Olivia Newton-John, and that sort of morphed into then the Eagles, and then, of course, Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin is like an all-time favorite of mine. So I'm a Zepp head, full-blown Zepp head. And I love guitarists, so I love anything really good guitar. I love guitar. I love all different styles of guitar. It sings to me when I listen to somebody playing guitar. It's like, that song from the Beatles, "My Guitar Gently Weeps," as that one. It's like you can hear the essence of the guitar if the musician who's playing it is really just opening their soul. And this is what I love about music, is because it is that divine connection to your soul. And when you listen to an artist play, you're listening to an expression of their soul, that internal melody that is within them. And there's that deep connection that music gives us that I don't think anything else in this world does. Plus, it's a universal language, and we all can understand the beat and the rhythm of the beat and how that gets down into our soul. And it's a beautiful expression. Going right back to why should it should not matter what others' opinions are of you. Thank you, God, these musicians are rocking and rolling and not worrying about what somebody's opinion is versus what their expression is. It's my personal belief that there's as many opinions of us as there are people of us that know us, because they're all coming from their own perspective. And that's all good. But what really matters is the opinion you have of you and how that you view yourself. So music is a definite way to express ourselves and really step into the power. I mean, I use there's a song by Demi Lovato that I love to there we go. It's called, and I just lost it. I guess it wasn't meant to be.
Demi Lovato song.
It's confident. There's this, and it's called Confidence, and I love it because it gets me going. There's a song by Volbeat. Volbeat is, she's shaking her head. Okay, Volbeat? No, there's just, have you guys heard of Jay or Peter? Have you heard of Volbeat before?
Vivaldi?
Volbeat.
Volbeat?
Volbeat.
Okay. It's like this it's this Danish band that is like a mix between Pantera, Metallica, a little bit of Alice in Chains with some it's all kinds of things. It's just crazy good. But if I'm really looking to step into my power, like I use some pretty hardcore stuff to do that with. You guys want to, I can only share this for like a split second, but I'm going to introduce you. Mimi, I have to do it. I just have to. Okay, you guys, is it up? Here we go. All right, shoot.
This was an unexpected.
Sorry, it had a commercial. I have to get past the commercial. I'm letting it get past the commercial. So I'm going to share how that I step into this right now without, there we go. Just for now, when I hear that thump, I'm just like, doom, 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 doom. I mean, it is just like you start bumping up your step, getting a little bit more groovy into it. Anybody feel that? You just feel into that power of that sound, doom, doom, and you just kind of get like a warrior, goddess warrior. Is it just me, Radiance? I know you feel me on this. I'm losing the guys here.
There's a band out of is it Tibet? It might be Tibet. I'll have to look up the other one, but yes, I love the rawness. So anything that carries me into like that raw energy, those hard beats. It reminds me of like drum circles, and there's a rawness and a purity to it. So yes, I'm in.
There's something about that beat, that just. What does the audience think? What do you guys think of that beat?
I think Radiance hit that on the head. That I think that there's the tribal primal urge that comes with the drum, and that comes with our heartbeat. That everybody resonates to their own different frequency about it. But that you sense what your track is, like you were saying, Debbie. This just gets me, right? Where for someone else it might be, that one didn't quite get me. The tribe I came from played more like boom, 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 and it's like, okay, cool. And so yeah.
I just heard the boom, boom, boom.
Was it something I said?
I'm curious. Like, what other Muppet songs do you know?
The tribe I came from did
pretty much the whole album, if you want to pull it up. But we could go with.
I'll take it. I got to have another. Can I have another Muppet song, please?
Jeez. Okay.
I put in the Muppet song, but it wasn't from the Muppet movie. It's the Phenomena. Dun, da, 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 da.
I was going to go with the Fozzie Bear singing since it's patriotic time, I was going to have Fozzie Bear doing the America the Beautiful.
Okay, please. I'm ready.
Boy, I don't know that I've done this one in a while. How's it go? Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the crooked plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Patriotism swells in the heart of the American bear. Okay, Kermie, let's go. There you go. I'd never performed that live on the internet. So if you got a copy of that, you could sell it on eBay or something.
Bravo.
You never thought the Muppets would be a gateway to spirituality, but sure enough.
Yes, they are.
They're definitely a gateway.
They're such a gateway. Jay, how did that resonate with you?
Yeah, I saw a whole arena full of people with lighters going.
Praise God.
Praise God and the Muppets.
On the verge of tears. Sounds like a new song. Deeply moved.
Glad I could make you cry, Jay. A first of many, I hope.
It was beautiful.
I was going to impress you with my Kermit the Frog coffee mug, but I took it in to clean it the other day and I forgot to bring it back out. I'll have to go get it.
Oh my God.
I would go get it now.
Please do.
Please.
My
you can talk about it while I'm gone.
Can we, please?
Candace has a question.
Candace Love. Oh, wait, I have to mute you. Hello, darling.
Hi. That was amazing. I listen to children's music on regular. One of my favorites is anything from Bedknobs and Broomsticks. But I'm really curious about with Peter is if we can do Me Party by Mrs. Piggy.
Oh, can you do Me Party by Mrs. Piggy? You have a request.
Not until I show you my Kermit mug.
Okay.
So many sparkles going to you right now.
I realized that Kermit played a huge part in me being able to be myself. That I was always just kind of myself as a weirdo to get attention, but it really didn't land in me that it was okay for me, right? It was always kind of an act. And then with Kermit in high school, it was like I had backup, right? It's like, no, this guy's cool. I'm just right. I'm with the cool guy, right? Who dares to just be himself. And it's not easy being green. And but I realized, and then this gal, then my first girlfriend, my first love, not necessarily my first girlfriend, but when I first fell in love, she was all over. She loved it, right? She thought Kermit was great, and got me even a little Kermit hand puppet for my birthday. And where is that hand puppet? I've got every card she ever sent me in a file. I just, but anyway, can't
Do
seem to
you
find the
really?
Kermit. I do. Yeah.
That's romantic.
I got to clean out the basement of all my collections of stuff during COVID, and went through everything and found all the letters. I think I saved every letter any girl ever sent me. And
Oh
now
my God, that is so sweet.
they're all in their own Ziploc bags, by name with a few pictures. Anyway, back to Kermit. He helped a lot, and Kermit made way for me to finish my musical story, or to add to it, because I was late. I was late into the rock and roll, if you will, and the Cars were my first rock and roll cassette that my brother bought home.
Which album?
And I'm like, what is this? You can't listen to this. We're country music guys, right? But they started listening to the Cars, and it didn't take one time through that cassette before I was like, my best friend's girlfriend, and she used to be mine. She's so fine. And it's just like, wow, that's cool. But that led to the gateway known as Meatloaf.
Yes.
And Meatloaf rocked my world, like you're talking about, Debbie. When I heard Bat Out of Hell.
Yeah.
And I resonated for the first time with the power of the guitar, and the power of a driving beat, and the power of like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the morning comes. Right. That just was one of those that just went right through me. And that was my tribe. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, that's a whole different ballgame of music running through me. And that I could then be that passionate creative instead of that silly creative.
Yeah.
Right. And infuse this power and this right Meatloaf thing that I just, to this day, it rocks my world.
I love that. Oh my God, that is brilliant.
What's amazing about Meatloaf is that he was so vivacious, like, have you all watched that show where he talked about going to all of those different, he went to go to all the different record labels, and he acted out everything in front of all of them, and all of them were like shutting the door on him.
No, I missed this.
Yeah,
he
lives the life of I don't care what other people think, I'm going to do me, and that's how he got to be himself.
He is the picture of this. He is the picture of this topic.
Yes.
There's many who live that kind of thing, like Sylvester Stallone, apparently with Rocky, right? That no, this is my movie and I'm starring in it, and I don't care if you want to, try to buy it for $50 million and have somebody else play the lead. I'm not doing it, right? I don't know if he had that offer, but apparently he had some offers. But Meatloaf just daring to say, this is the way I am, right? And I'm going to be so over the top theatrical that's just who I am. And because that's where he came from, and he made it work, and then he got shut down, and then he made it work again, and he got shut down, and he made it work again. The guy's reinvented himself 3 times over 30-year span of just daring to be his crazy self and get all freaked out and just sing with incredible passion.
Everybody rejected the Beatles.
Did they?
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah, they went to everyone, and they were rejected big time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I have a Muppet story.
Yay! Is it on a golf course?
Not quite. It's close.
Okay.
I was at my parents had lost everything in Wisconsin. They were homeless. We ended up moving to California, and it was just like a horrific time in my life that, like that going from young innocence, 11, 12 into the middle of California. And so drama class, I finally thought that maybe I found my people, because I was so outside of my comfort zone, literally like in the middle of Wisconsin. So middle of California in the 80s. And they say that we had to come up with the skit. And I was like, okay, so I come up with this idea. I'm going to sing Why Are There So Many Songs About Rainbows? at the edge of the stage at 7th grade. And so, this is in like Palo Alto, California, Stanford. And sitting at the edge of the stage, and I look out, and there's like the kids with the Iron Maiden T-shirts on, and I didn't know any of that.
Oh my God!
Like
you were tired, right?
So I'm like, I sit at the edge of the stage and I start miming, like doing and the people, every one of them were like, what is this person on, right? And they didn't know if I was really high or if I was just like, I was so out there as a kid. But being like the out there one consistently in my life, I feel like I've mapped the way for the upside down world. I'm like, welcome everybody. This is what full flavor looks like. Full accentuation. So I really welcome the Kermit in life, because damn it, if we're gonna live this life, live it fully. Way to go, Kermit. I'm with you.
Way to go, Kermit.
Your Kermit kiss. Hello there, Radiance. I love you too. Thank you for supporting me all these years. I hope to see you someday in person, and you can kiss my beautiful face, and maybe I will turn into a prince. Oops, I'm already a prince. Haha, joke's on you. Okay, bye-bye for now.
Conversations.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God, that's just the sweetest thing ever. Do you know the Miss Piggy song?
I know a Miss Piggy song, the one from the show. I just need to.
Is it Me Party?
No, it's come on, brain. Somebody look it up real quick.
Mimi's on it.
This looks familiar. No, that's Gonzo. Come on, the Miss Piggy song that
great too.
She sings to Kermie. Candace, do you remember? All right, we just have to look it up.
It's a Me Party. I probably know the other one, but not off the top of my head.
Candace has a Smurf.
Yeah, this is Scott. I was like, wait, I must have a Muppet here. And then I was like, oh no, I got Smurf Scott.
Smurf Scott? Scott, did you know you're a Smurf? I don't know if you're watching right now, but apparently you're Papa Smurf. Is that Papa Smurf?
Yeah, he's their Papa.
He's Papa Smurf.
Love Coach Papa Smurf.
Oh my God, that's the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life. Why Peter's figuring that out, everybody. Candace, I freaking love
it's
you.
Called Never Before.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
The song is called Never Before. So Piggy and Kermie are falling in love, in case you forget the story there. And you know what Miss Piggy's favorite song is? On the Toad Again. Just can't wait to get on the Toad again. Okay, so I don't think I've told that joke in 30 years either. Okay, so Never Before. So Piggy says, never before have two souls joined so freely and so fast. For me, this is the first time, not the last. Is this an angel's wish for me? Never before and never again. Something like that.
And how does Kermit respond?
Applause right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, Miss Piggy.
Kermit responds by going on a road trip with Fozzie Bear. Moving right along in search of good times and good news with good friends you can't lose. This could become a habit. Anyway, they go on a road trip to Hollywood. Pardon?
He ran away from Miss Piggy after she sang?
Well, she didn't sing to him. She was off alone in her bedroom like Sandra Dee in Grease or something, right? Just singing to her mirror or something instead of just coming right out and tell the guy, I love you lots. Why don't you just come take me away forever? And then the guy's over there not knowing what's going on and scared and alone. And then you go on a road trip.
standard problem. And if you're having any of these issues, what I highly encourage is just Love Coach Academy right below. Don't be a Miss Piggy. Do not be a Miss Piggy. And don't be a Kermie and just run. It's not, no, definitely not. In fact, that's a really good time. Thank you very much for the segue into playing our commercial, of course, for Love Coach Academy. Don't be a Miss Piggy.
Are your relationships driving you crazy? Are you experiencing rough challenges with family? Miscommunication with your friends? Upsets with the people you work with? What about your romantic love? Is the tension too much? Are you single and missing love? Are you feeling lonely and wanting understanding? Are there threats to break up? Is there too much pain? Does any of this sound familiar? There is hope. There are solutions. There are simple and effective communication tools. Experience compassionate connections. Bring happiness back to the family. Don't suffer any longer. Learn simple tools that work to transform relationships. We are happiest when our relationships are thriving. We've helped thousands of individuals, couples, and families back into harmony. Learn more at lovecoachacademy.com.
And in all seriousness, if you want to book with a love coach, that is where you go to do that. And Radiance is a love coach. I'm a love coach, and you can book with us on Love Coach Academy. And you can really learn to step into your power and just love who you are. I hear something beautiful playing. When Jay gets back, I want him to end this session with light touch. And I want to share with you guys, I'm glad that you're here, Radiance. I want to share something that you did. I don't know if you all know, but, and this has been so much fun today. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. No, there it is. Okay. This last week, we were part of World Unity Week. And as part of World Unity Week, which Peter was one of the producers on, we had great shows and we had great convergence rooms. And one of the people that performed was our beautiful Radiance here. So I'm just going to play for a moment this, because, oh my God, you guys, you're just going to, you won't believe this. Can you hear it okay? Can you hear it, Radiance?
No, not really.
It's still beautiful, but I can't hear it at all.
Can you hear it now?
It's not coming in good for me at all.
It's not, is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Well, that's a teaser. What you all are going to have to do is you're going to have to go to World Unity Week and find the video, or you can go to Spirituality Gone Wild or Lighthouse Effects or Love Coach Academy. You can find it on all of those, and you can actually watch it live yourself. I want to thank the audience today. We have had a brilliant audience. Jay, we need you to come back.
He mentioned on the chat that he had house guests and he had to go. So he may have had to.
Oh, okay. Well, today we discovered that it's not, thank you, by the way, it's not easy being green per Peter. And I don't know why it put quotation. I did it wrong, but it's not easy being green. Be yourself. Don't try to be anything that you're not. And love who you are. Others' opinions of you do not matter. And I hope that today was a prime example of just showing up and being yourself. Now, before we go, I just want a quick word from Candace, from Radiance, and from Peter, and then we will head out.
I am just so grateful I joined this call, and the unique, whimsical childlike wonder that really was so in this call and what was brought alive in me and what I can imagine comes out to the world. So thank you, Peter. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Debbie and Jay, wherever you are. Thank you for having me here. And thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Smurf, Papa Smurf Scott.
Yep, Papa Smurf Scott.
You're so cute, Candace, I swear.
I'll chime in a couple of things. Somebody mentioned James Taylor. I think that was you, Radiant, said, "Be as you are, as you see, as I am, I am." You know that song? Wasn't that James Taylor or was that Kenny Loggins? That was Taylor.
Mm-mm.
You don't know that song?
I know that one.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Be as you are, as you see, as I am, I am. Anyway, the other thing I want to say is Terry Cole Whitaker, What Other People Think of You Is None of Your Business, was an amazing book I got back in college. And that was like, aha, thank you. Some extra validation there. And yeah, it's a process and it takes time. And performers get to deal with it in a different way than normal people, if you will. But it's all part of the dance, and your job is to be you. In fact, you're the only way that the magic of the universe can know itself. The Debbie way is through Debbie being Debbie, and you shutting down your light or filtering is just blocking the magic of the universe from what it's here doing, which is experiencing itself evolve and emerge and express as each of us individual waves on the ocean. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Radiance.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave. Grateful to be here.
Who just got like radical chills just now? Anybody? I did. Radical.
I was checking out her top. That's a gorgeous little top you have there.
That is really cute. It is really cute.
Yeah, it's all fluffily. It's all fluffily. I just made up a new word.
Fluffily?
Fluffily. You can make up new words too. When you're in charge of the game, you just make shit up.
Well, I don't know. I just make shit up. Fluffily.
I have a big
fluffily. It's like fluffy and lovely at the same time. It's fluffily. I love that. My word is lovitude. That's gratitude and love all mixed up in one. It's lovitude. It's like your attitude, your lovitude. Get your lovitude on. It's like get your attitude straight.
Yeah.
So fluffily. You're fluffily, Radiance. You're fluffily. So
I feel lovely. Celebration for celebration. Celebrating your soul. Celebration. I like that one.
Celebration. So yes, happy July 1st, everybody. Happy Independence Day for America coming up here. And God bless everybody. I love you guys so very much. Stay tuned today. We have some really cool stuff happening. At 6 o'clock, we have another Love Coach Academy Compassionate Talk coming. And then at also 6 o'clock, we are supposed to have the Plow Zone Gone Wild. I'm pretty sure that, but I'm not going to blender all that. And again, to get a hold of Peter, how do people reach you?
Yeah, I guess easiest email peter.melton3@gmail.com. And I do have a website at petermelton.com that needs some attention, but you can browse in the silly randomness of my playground there.
Beautiful. And Candace, you can reach Candace through Love Coach Academy and Spirituality Gone Wild if you want to reach Candace. Or how do they reach you directly, honey?
Yeah, it's easy to find me if you just look up Temple of Frolic. I'm on a multitude of platforms, Facebook, Candace Marie. So my word is divinatrix, dominating through the divine. Yeah. So if you just look up Temple of Frolic, you should find me anyway.
Thank you, darling. Temple of Frolic. And by the way, she is the creator of our Frolicking Fun Fridays, and that'll be this Friday at 9 a.m. So make sure that you tune in for that. And Radiance, how do we find you?
Lighthouse, AFFECTS, lighthouseeffects.com.
I love that. And I am Try Gratitude, trygratitude.com. And don't forget, go to Love Coach Academy if you want to book a session with any love coach that you see ever that comes on. That is the place to find us. And if all of that doesn't work, just message me directly on Spirituality Gone Wild. Hit us up. And thank you for being present with us today. Remember, go out there and be you. Wake up to you. It's time. Try gratitude. So today, you guys ready? No complaining. It's a no complaining day. No complaining. That is your challenge. So it's in the forefront of your mind. No complaining. Complaining, if you're complaining, you're stuck in victim mode. And if you're in victim syndrome, we do have an emergency victim butt hurt kit. It is always available. Well, actually, we have a BOGO, buy one, get one free, because if you notice the victim in someone else, you got it in you too. But beyond that,
We
be
call
in
the ambulance.
Whambulance. Oh, I'll call you a Whambulance. No problem. You
There's
need
a classic movie. The
Wham.
Kid. Do you know that movie, The Kid? Bruce Willis and The
Oh,
Kid?
God, yeah.
That is one of my favorites. Call the ambulance.
Whambulance. We're calling the Wham. But if you're not complaining, you don't need to worry about any of that because you're going to be in a space of grateful beingness. So stay in that space of grateful beingness and rock your world today. You've got the power. You've got the power. It's
Got
all
the power.
It's all in you. Peace, everybody. Power. Power.